Well, there's this moment that happens, you know, when I arrive down here, like literally the sun is right on the horizon, and I just see the water, the stillness, the blue, and there's a bit of cloud tonight, which is cool because even though the sun will go and it gets dark, you'll see with the long exposures we still get a really beautiful glow in the sky, I hope, right? It's perfectly still, it's perfectly warm. I just need to get my jandals off. Oh, it's kind of perfect. This is what it's all about for me. Before it gets dark, I'll just quickly show you what I brought down. Down here, is the camera I'm using tonight, Sony A7R4. It's kind of the camera I use most of the time. And I've got a 50mm, I'm using a 50 tonight because I like it for the ripples. But this is a Sigma 50 with an adapter to go onto my Sony. I brought down a ball of light tool, one head, and I've done something a little special. I've made this very special head this afternoon. Look at that. Orange is my favorite color, and I popped a little white LED in there. So this is a special little tool for tonight. And then the other thing I have is my triggers. And that's it. Real simple tonight. I think ever since the very, very, very early days of my light painting, you know, these ripples here have always been a massive part of what I've done down here at the beach. It's a very special thing that happens down here at Largs is when the tide goes out, you get these ripples, and I'll get down low, you can see that they kind of fill with water and you get this incredibly cool effect. So we're going to play with those a bit tonight. And then the other thing that we do is over here, you know, there will be a pool, and so I can go over here and put a ball of light right there, and you get a crazy reflection here, and then you can kind of combine some ripples with it as well, but it's absolutely incredible. Alrighty, let's go through some of these pics. So here I'm grabbing some focus using a torch, and it's nice with all the ripples. It's pretty easy to grab focus, and then I pop over and I've got the camera around to the right, away from the bright sunset, so that I can hopefully get an image. And you'll see in this image that comes up, even at f11, you can still see my silhouette. Now with a longer exposure, the orb would fill in a bit and you wouldn't see me so much, but this is pretty common when it's just like, look at that reflection, holy moly, it's looking so good. Okay, so all of these still images here are just the raws straight out of the camera, unadjusted. So here I've turned the camera around to the left because it's getting dark pretty quick, so I don't mind being around that bright horizon, but we can see the ripples here. Now I got the framing around the wrong way, so you can see obviously it's a pretty rubbish spin. You can see my silhouette still at 30 seconds though, so I reframe the camera, head over and have another go. Gosh, those ripples are so good. So what I've done here is I've pulled the camera back. So I've come about 5 meters back because I want the ball of light to be sort of less prominent. And here we go again. So we've gone out to 60 seconds here, but still at f11 because it's pretty bright. Had another go, and I've moved the camera up a bit here just to get a slightly better framing, but it's getting dark very quick. and the reflections looking nice. You can see I'm actually starting to get my spin together here, which is kind of nice. But I'm loving the reflection. I'm at f8 and 90 seconds now, so it's getting very dark. F8, 90 seconds, and now I'm just knocking out some spins to try and get them really nice. Look at that reflection. Gosh, those ripples are so good. Another spin, pretty sketchy spin here. It's looking a bit dodgy up at the top right there, but that. Okay, here, so I've moved the camera over to the right to that area we saw before where there's more water to try and get a bit more reflection. You can see it's very dark here. I've gone over, I've put a little marker on the ground where I'm going to spin around, and here we go. Let's see what this sort of mirror reflection looks like. Boom! So gorgeous. We've opened right up to f5.6 here, and at 90 seconds. So this is kind of optimal light painting. Getting super dark. There's no moon, but look at the spin. I'm starting to get a half decent spin here, and just outrageous reflection. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Pretty sure this is where I finished actually, and said, yep, pretty happy with that. Okay, so I've given two of these images a bit of a tweak in post so that we can have a look at a couple of crazy aspects of them. So these are the ripples that I talk about. I mean, I seek these when I go down there. They're just so unbelievably beautiful. And in this next image, check out the reflections of the stars in the water. That's how flat it was. But by moving over to where we've got a bit of the water puddle, you just get these crazy reflections mixed in with the ripples. I think it's one of my favorite things to shoot. I'm very lucky having this at the end of my road. So thanks for coming down to the beach with me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. There's going to be a bunch of that this summer. Thank you.